Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Afternoon FM. Today, I am joined by Stills by Christian.
Yes, sir.
He's out here, he's a very talented photographer, Patterson, New Jersey native. And we're going to go a little bit into this man's life and his story. And
yes, sir.
Thank you for joining me today, bro.
Thank you for having me, man.
A little impromptu, actually didn't come in for the podcast, but here we are.
Man, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's how it happens sometimes.
That's how, like, all the photos on the happening,
Shit,
too,
this
bro.
is how, yeah, I'm saying. I was about to say, that's how this whole thing really happened. This whole, like, photography.
Whole life, bro. Before the podcast, we were just having, like, a pretty philosophical, like, conversation, and fucking, I was like, yo, we gotta get this episode.
Yeah, he literally cut me off like, yo, hold on.
Yeah, no, it's just getting so good,
podcast.
Man. But, yeah, man, fucking, we actually go way back, man, back to, like, middle school and shit. And on some serendipitous shit, I saw you, like, many years later at a random event. We both happened to be photographing at the same time.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't know you were a photographer either, bro.
Bro, I forgot all about your whole existence.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, who? Who are you? And then you were like, remember Vice City? I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, bro. I don't even remember. I don't remember the teacher's name. I really remember a lot of Vice City. And I remember a lot of Viva La Bam back then. I was a skateboard.
Remember that some kid, Terrell McDuffie?
Yeah, he used to live down the block from me.
What happened to that guy?
I have no idea, but I know that his uncle is a pastor in the city.
Like in New York?
No, in like Patterson. There's
okay.
like the McDuffies are like all over the place, man.
Word?
Yeah, I've run into a couple people that have been like from like that class. We're talking about like Memorial School in West Patterson, bro. Fucking Terrell used to live. I lived on Rose Place, and Terrell was on Haverhill. I used to chill with him too. I used to chill with the chick too at the one leg. Remember Stefania? No? Alright, fair enough.
I don't think I remember. To be honest.
Yeah, bro. Fucking that and the Redlings, Emery and fucking Carl. I was actually in like it wasn't a gang. It was like fucking it was just
like a clique.
Yeah. There was like the DYB people, the Dem Young Boys and BDB.
I think I remember that, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It was
crazy.
weird back.
Like you're like unlocking shit that I don't locked away in my mind, bro. Like this is like we're like in the archives right now.
I wish we had a fucking video reaction, but
the archives of my brain right now.
Yeah, man, fucking. It was weird because like after that 6th grade shit, like. We'll get into your story if you want to, but after that, man, I ended up going to Sussex County, and I was there for like 2-3 years, and then around like freshman and sophomore year at Manchester, I had started to it was junior or sophomore year, I started to walk from like Haledon to fucking West Patterson to hang out with those guys. I missed them. Yeah, I was chilling with the Redlings, and it was like there was like a fucking like a teenage clique of people. We would like hang out at those towers that are at the top of the fucking
those guys
the towers that are on the top of fucking West Patterson.
Yeah, we
would just like hang out in basements and just chain smoke mad cigarettes. And fucking I was in DYB. I was their tagger. I used to tag, and it was weird.
So by the time we were in PV, you stopped coming around, right?
No, I was when they were in PV. I was there, but I didn't actually ever go into PV. I like only hung out with fucking Emery, Ricardo, and Redland.
You know Rob Perez and stuff like that?
I don't remember. I remember the one kid, Dennis. The fucking the Croatian kid. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And the fucking Ardalan.
Oh, okay, I remember that dude.
Yeah, that guy was cool, man. That was a nice kid. I don't know, man. But yeah, fucking I kind of dipped. Fucking yeah, and then after that, man, I moved to Union City. And then he was my roommate for like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, shit was nuts, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. He was fucking, He was like he was trying to be a DJ at like Pasha or some shit. I think it's
Yeah.
Pasha. Yeah.
Shout out to Emery, man.
Yeah, it's wherever you are, bro.
That's my boy. I still talk to him.
Yeah, word. He was actually working at the brownstone. With my cousin.
He still DJs.
Really? All right, word. Is he still going under Turk?
I'm not completely sure, but he hired me to take photos at one of his events.
Yeah, word.
Like last summer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's go into the thing. So, bro, tell me a little bit about like your childhood. Like, tell me about like growing up.
Word. So, like, you know, as we were just saying, the whole 6th grade thing. Like, that whole situation was so stupid, bro. Like, so what happened was I was with.
You don't have to talk about that, bro.
Terrell. No. But right. It's cool. I was with Terrell and I forgot who else. It was a few other people, but we were playing ball at the same basketball court that I was playing ball with my son the other day. That's what I was telling you. Like, this shit's crazy, bro. Yeah. And then he goes, I bet you, like, you know, like just like some little kid shit. He goes, I bet you won't slap the shit out of Anthony Yanez. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, I bet you won't. And I was like, all right, bet. So I walk up to Anthony and I smacked the shit out of him, you know? Damn. I turned around to walk back. I was like, you know, all cool and shit. Yeah. And out of nowhere, he grabs me from behind, picks me up and slams me and completely airs me out on the blacktop. And,
big dude too, man.
Yeah. And like, you know, when you get aired out, you can't breathe and you can't do shit. So I was just laying there like, you know what I'm saying? It was super embarrassing. So I blame the music I was listening to at the time, which was G Unit. I was listening to a lot of G Unit, and I was playing a lot of Vice City.
Dude, I remember that too. No, I remember that because I remember I fucking like, I think you had the baby blue G Unit shoes.
Shoes, the black one.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, now you got the archives with me.
I had the G Unit shirt. I had the coat. I had
you everything. Had the baby blues. I remember that shit. Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to, like, that day I went home.
It's crazy.
I went home. I grabbed a kitchen knife. I put it in my book bag, and then I was gonna stab the kid the next day. And mind you, I was really gonna do it. Like, in my mind, I was actually gonna fucking do it. So, at the time, he was dating that girl Chelsea.
The fucking
Chelsea, I forgot her last name.
She was the Italian chick. I forgot her fucking name. Yeah, and she lived on Haverhill too. Chelsea.
I forget her last name, bro. But it's like on the
her
tip
and
of my
Samantha
tongue.
Dorsey.
Yeah,
chilling with her. I forgot the fucking other chick's name.
So
Capo.
Chelsea Capo.
Damn, son.
Damn, I don't know how you got that.
Nah, because their fucking dad used to fucking drive a motorcycle down Rose Place all the time. My dog used to chase that shit.
So, so she heard about the whole situation. She snitches on me, right? So the principal came into the office. Into the classroom. Yeah. Right, and then, mind you, I already knew what the fuck was going on because I had heard from some of the other kids. This is middle school too. I heard from some of the other kids that I was being snitched on. I'm like, okay, right. So principal walks in. He tells me to get my bag out of the closet and meet him outside. So I already knew what time it was. Yeah. So I walked to the closet and Terrell walked to the over there with me. Yeah. And he was like, yo, put it in my book bag. Yeah. He opens up his book bag. He tells me to put the knife in his book bag. So I put it in. A real one. Shout out to Terrell, bro. Yeah. Mind you, we're in the 6th grade and this is going on. So I threw it in there real quick. Boom. I walk out. He goes, why are people telling me you got a knife there? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was just saying that because I was pissed, you know, like. Yeah. And he looks through. He didn't find nothing. Boom. Somebody told him that I hid it in Terrell's bag. So he came back and then he pulled both of us out. And then I took all the blame. I was like, nah, I made him do that. Like, you know, I don't want him to get in trouble. Yeah. So then, at the time, this was already the second time I got caught with a weapon in the school.
Damn, bro.
And, you know, not for nothing, but...
How the fuck did they snitch on Terrell?
There was a lot of white people in that school. Yeah. And I was one of the only Spanish kids. You know, at the time, there was like, 5 of us? Yeah. So... they had a whole educational board meeting type of shit about this whole situation. I had to go in front of all these old ass people and apologize, and they didn't give a fuck. So then they sent me off to some school where I was in the school where everybody that was in that school had gotten expelled from public school.
Do you feel like it helped you a little bit? Like, not the fucking, like, the whole thing, but the fact that, like, you didn't, like, fucking, like, actually fucking hurt the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
I feel like if I would have went through with that, my life would have went in a whole different direction in the worst way possible.
Yeah, bro. That's like kind of.
You know what I'm saying? I was 12 years old. I probably would have been in jail until I was 18. You know?
Yeah, bro. Fucking like.
And who knows how bad it could have went. I could have ended up killing the kid. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's serendipitous shit, bro. It's weird because it's like a lot of shit in life ends up being like that, bro. I had went through a murder situation myself. Like, not fucking like me murdering somebody, but like happened on my 27th birthday, and it's weird. I test like not all the shit to like, oh, this is just whatever, like, you know, it could be like whatever probability, but I feel like a lot of shit, bro, is fate, and that our lives are kind of pre-directed in these ways, bro. Because it was a thing, bro. I had to like hide a murder. I was Terrell in the situation. I was Terrell, but
as a grown ass man.
Yeah.
So you knew the real consequences behind that. Because at the time, I don't think he realized what he was doing.
Yeah,
you know?
He was just trying to help his friend, bro. I feel like Terrell might have felt a little guilty too, because he was like, "Yo, why did I tell him to smack the shit out of this guy?" It just became this whole thing.
I didn't even think of that.
I wonder he's actually fucking saw. I think I ran into him on fucking on like a Facebook suggestion.
See,
recently.
that's the thing, that's the thing I was telling you about earlier. Like, if I saw him right now, I wouldn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Because I don't even remember how he looks.
He was a black dude.
I know he was. I know he was dark skinned, but I don't remember like.
Yeah.
And I know he used to play football, so he was a little stocky, but I don't remember exactly how he used to look.
I remember. He was actually one of my first few friends, man.
Yeah,
like
me
back
too.
in the day, yeah, like
me too.
Cause he lived a fucking to the
Remember
street over to the right.
Some white kid who used to live over there. His name was Sonny.
I have bad memory too.
But
man.
like he moved out before the 6th grade situation happened. But he was like super cool with me and Terrell.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
Like,
Yanez.
So, you know, and then that happened in 6th grade. So from 6th to 8th grade, I was in that school. But I wasn't like stupid or anything. Like, so by the time 8th grade came, they're like, yeah, he's reformed. Like, he could go back to public school. But I was just pretending, really. Like, but that school that they put me in, like, definitely still fucked me up in a way.
Well, it was just like rougher.
Oh, well, like, that's where I started doing drugs at. You know? And like
Patterson's fucking.
And like the teachers kind of knew about it. They didn't give a fuck. And now that I'm a grown man, I realized that some of the teachers were perverts. Because they used to talk about like the female students to us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, trying to be cool and shit. Like, oh.
There's always some like weird shit.
But now I'm like, bro, you were like 30 years old and I was an 8th grader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's like such a weird blur.
It's weird because like you don't.
I mean, I noticed like you notice like weird dynamics and shit around. Like Manchester had it a couple. Not like nothing happened while we were there. At least we know of. But you could see like the chicks like starting to like flirt with like the teachers and shit because they're just getting to that age.
Especially
like,
when they start to reach like senior year and shit. That happened in PV. And me and Emery were in the class.
Yeah.
With the teacher and the girl.
Well, the teacher. Well, I heard about that shit.
Yeah, he was a football coach.
Yeah, damn.
He was. The fucked up part is he's my favorite teacher I've ever had.
Yeah.
He was so cool.
Mr. Ip was like that with us at Haledon. I went to Haledon Public for like a year, around like 8th grade, and fucking Mr. Ip was like the nicest teacher, bro. He was like a really cool dude. he would fucking we would watch CSI. It was a fucking science class. I don't know why we were watching CSI. He was like trying to justify it. But we were watching CSI.
He probably just wanted to catch up.
Yeah. He was just trying to like. I have no idea what the fuck that had to do with science.
He's trying to catch up on the clock.
So fucking but he was cool. Like he was like this dude that played hockey, short dude, and then I think his wife left him. He would come in and he had like a little bit of an attitude. He had like the hockey dude's attitude. And then like I think his wife left him and then he just like he was just wild. Like it was like fucking like 3 county police. I could be wrong. But like he was just wilding afterward. But it was like fucked up because he was like the coolest dude. Like we were just watching CSI and like, you know, it was the only class I had like an A in.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, it's kind of weird, bro, because you're like, because now we're like, bro, come on, you're a grown ass man. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so you got out of that school, so you got head to high school and shit.
And then I went to PV, and then I went to Clifton High. And my mom always says that putting me in Clifton High was one of the worst decisions she's ever made.
Why?
She says that she regrets that shit every day. Bro, Clifton High was bad, bro. Like, you think because it's Clifton, like, nah, bro, that shit. First of all, there was over 3,000 students in there.
Was it just like Runoff and Patterson and shit too?
Manchester was it's in like between Patterson and Passaic.
Oh yeah. Oh word.
So, bro, the first day I was in that school, the first kid I met, his name was Anthony too. His name was Anthony Muse though. Shout out to Muse. First question out this kid's mouth: "You smoke weed, bro?" Bro, at the end of the day, on my first day, I was robbing kids on the train tracks with the other kids.
Jesus Christ.
With the other Patterson kids. Because they're like, yo, you're from Patterson, right? From the west side. And then, like, they linked me up with other kids from the west side.
Oh, word.
And then they're like, all right, I bet we're going to show you how we get down in Clifton High. And then after school, we went to some train tracks. It's called Red Dirt. And like that's where like all the stoners hang out and shit. But like we went there and we just started taking sidekicks from kids. That's when the sidekicks were like,
oh yeah.
And then, bro, I stopped going to class. Started doing more drugs. I got involved in like gang shit, crime, like outside of school, like real shit. You know how it starts out like that,
like kind of kid shit, and then it
graduates to like now you're like walking around with guns for no reason type of shit, like, and you're like robbing people, and it's not funny anymore. People stop talking to you because they're scared of you. They don't trust you.
It's weird. It's strange. It's just going through life, man. It's like
and it's crazy because I was just talking to my boy about this. Like that shit, sometimes it doesn't fully leave you, cause you know, like now I'm a photographer and I've done all these crazy things and all this and that, and people see that, but sometimes they still hold on to that old image of you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like
I've noticed that a lot, bro.
They're like, oh, yo, like, oh my god, I can't believe you did all these things, and then like, you ask them like, yo, like, is it cool if I stay with you for a few days? Oh, nah.
I was hanging out with Andrew,
you know what I'm saying?
My buddy Andrew. You know of Andrew Morales? No? Okay. It was my buddy Andrew. He was a good fighter back in high school, bro. This guy would fight like. I was a big fan of his fights because he was like, this motherfucker would like box. But he's a cool dude. I didn't really hang out with him that much. I actually hang out with him now more. He's a really, really calm dude. Just always on like East Main. And fucking it's weird because he's not really like, he's like a father now, and like he just wants a calm life and shit. Yeah. But people are like always trying to test him to like, he was saying that like I had him on a podcast, but I can't release it because he was just screaming into the microphone. Like Henny will do that. Fucking what's it called? Yeah, man. Fucking he was just saying like how people like later on, like they want to see him pop off because he just had it was like part of like his thing back then. I was always just a graffiti artist, bro.
It's fucked up, bro, because it's like it doesn't matter how far away you can get from it. Like you think you're that, or how far you think you got away from it, and then it's just like people are just like, oh nah, wait, like, and like, there's still people that don't talk to me over shit that I did, which I get, but I'm like, I paid my karma for all that.
Yeah. Well, now you kind of have like your. That's what I really enjoyed about the whole thing, bro. That's why I was like, yo, we have to record this shit. Is that you have like you kind of got like a rebirth, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like yeah, like that whole like this whole photography thing really started from that. Like it's like that was a rebirth. Like that was the start of a new me. Because when I started it, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like a couple steps away from putting a fucking bullet in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in a really fucked up place, and I just felt like I was like, bro, I need to express myself, and I like I didn't know how. I knew I wasn't good at rapping. I'm not good at poetry. I thought pictures are cool, so I'm like, like I'll buy a camera, let's see what happens. And I wanted to do street shit and nature shit. I did not want to deal with people at all. Like, I wasn't even thinking about getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit wasn't even.
This is the release of it, bro.
Yeah, and then I did it, and people were like, "Yo, you're really good at this."
Yeah.
And then one thing led to another, and shit. Now here I am. Now,
yeah, bro.
Now I do this shit as a professional career. Like it's like a whole big shift.
Yeah, but the origin of it, of like you like fucking finding the camera again, man, that was fucking awesome. Like it's, but you're not the first one, bro. That it's like, I've talked to a lot of people on this, but like it's weird that a lot of the artists, we end up having this thing. Like I found my base, like my early 20s, bro. I was mad lost. I was like, I don't really have a family that like my grandmother's a good like grandmother, but like my dad is like piece of shit. My mom just supported me until I was like 18, and then I was just like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even do anything wrong. I was like a pretty calm kid. I do graffiti, but that was the only thing I did. Yeah. But what's it called? Like, so I was mad lost, and I couldn't like figure out what I wanted to do in life. I was just like a waiter, and then I was like, fuck it, maybe I'll be a cook or go to school. Like, I mean, normal kid thing. Yeah. And it'll be 10 years this year on June that I kind of chose the path of a filmmaker, because I was living in Brooklyn, and I was living in Bushwick, and my fucking I was a photographer, and I was making music, and I was like okay at making music. I really wanted to be a producer. Like I wanted to be like DJ Premier and shit. And I was doing photography because I had my ex-girlfriend's camera, and I would just fucking like fuck around with it. And then I found like I left. I was living in this kung fu dojo in like a loft over here, which Manny from fucking Manchester. Never mind, I was like gonna say Manchester. Manny from Manchester was doing karate down there and some serendipitous shit. Like my principal from high school was studying like kung fu in my basement in this Brooklyn apartment I was renting. I was a block away from my girlfriend.
That's crazy.
So, some nutty shit, yeah. But then I was there, and I would like sit there and I would like meditate and do all this shit, and then I like realized I never left New Jersey, and I'd like save money, so I dipped and I went to LA, and I wanted to figure out who the fuck I was in a place that I didn't know anybody. Right. And fucking man, I found it. Like I found filmmaking. I was watching a movie called Barry Lyndon, and I was looking at the photos, man. I was like, yo, these are like all like, the frames of the film. And I was like, yo, these are all like paintings. Like, these is like the most beautiful. And I just fell in love with the shit, bro. But then, it's like weird because like I'll get sidetracked, man. I'll do like jobs and I'll do this and that. And then, but it's been 10 years of like, I was like, yo, I'm going to be a filmmaker because like, this is like, I could make, it's like music and fucking photography. I don't have to like sacrifice shit in life. I just really want to do this. Yeah. And bro, I lived in a van. You know what I mean? I was like, and I was just studying like fucking film books in a van, bro. And fucking, I went to school and fucking like, I've been doing it consistently for like 10 years. And it's like, even now, bro, it does like, I don't even have like a Reservoir Dogs or some shit, but it's like, like, even when like there's like the darkest times, like getting involved in fucking murders and shit, it's like, dude, like I had a situation, right? So I was growing weed in Northern California, and fucking there was a fire 2 houses up from me, and I'm in the middle of the woods. You know what I mean? Like there's some space, but it's like we're all in the woods. You know what I mean? This guy sets his house on fire, and it's during like the summer, and everything's catching fire. It's like all the wildfires just plague the entire fucking coast. And I'm there, bro, and I got my girlfriend and my dogs, and you know what I mean, like the fucking fire's going over there. I just put my whole like life savings into these fucking plants, and I hurled mad soil. You know what I mean? I left like a relationship. I did mad shit. You know what I mean? I left my entire LA life to come up here and like try to like make some, like, you know what I mean, make like some fast money to be able to like fucking get my life together or make a film. And bro, that shit all up top, it's all caught on fire, and I'm there. And you only have like, we had a Toyota Camry, like a 92 Toyota Camry. And fucking, damn. In that moment, you know, you got like fucking, you know, shovels and the plants and fucking, you know, like books and shit like that. You only have like 5-10 minutes to react. And I took, I remember what I took. I took my camera, I took my editing computer, and I took like some hard drives and shit. And I was like, yo, if fucking, you know, if my entire crop burned down, I would still be a filmmaker, bro. And that's where you end up finding your shit, bro. That's when you dope. Realize your shit's real. It's like, if I had to restart with an entire trade, I would still do that. Yeah. But yeah, bro, this is, like I said, a couple other people too. My one buddy was telling me about his podcast, how he got into the podcast. It's kind of the same situation, but a lot of the artists, man, that's what I've seen is consistent. And a lot of this, like, things, it's kind of structured, this shit, but it's not really structured. But it's like,
I've noticed that too, especially with photographers.
Yeah.
They all start out like super depressed or like in a dark place.
Well, it takes fucking courage, bro. It really it takes mad courage to just be in this trade, bro. Because it's like there's so many like different things, and people like are like, oh, I can be a fucking dog, just taking fucking iPhone photos of their food and shit. But like, it really takes like a path, and the grounding of it is what's so fucking important to it, man.
Yeah,
is that like,
especially when, you know, some people are in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, bro, they just want to fucking take photos of naked chicks.
Yeah, people see my fucking page and they DM me saying all these crazy shit, thinking I'm gonna be cool with it, and I'm just like,
what do you mean? Well, like, yo, send me photos of this chick's pussy.
Nah, bro, I don't know how you do it. I would like fucking whip it out or some shit.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking.
And I'm just like, bro, you're a fucking animal. You have no self-control. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, bro, fucking. I don't know, man. Yeah, bro, your origin story was amazing.
Yeah. So the fucking, you know, I was super depressed. I happened to have a lot of money at the time because I married somebody for their papers. I married an immigrant for her
Been
papers.
in the same situation with some Russians.
She paid me a couple $1,000, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a camera. And then this was the end of 2019, and then the pandemic comes. So I'm like, fuck, because I had a couple of shoots lined up, and then pandemic came, and it just ruined it. So for the whole 2020, like, I don't really like to count that as my first year as a photographer because I kind of just had a camera. I wasn't really shooting.
You're just getting like your grounding.
Yeah. And
remember what kind of like shit you were trying to shoot at the time?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of street and like just street and like fucking nature. That's it. I wasn't really doing like portraits or like I was doing no studio work. I had no idea how to use Flash or nothing. I didn't know shit really. And then September 2020 came, and I got into a situation with my old roommate where she ended up stealing all my stuff, including my first camera. So I called some of my female friends. They came over. They tried to talk to her about it at first, but she was drunk, so she started yelling at them. One thing led to another, and they jumped her. And they beat her up, and I'm just like, you don't come to somebody else's town and steal their shit
Yeah.
and think nothing's gonna happen to you. So then, I didn't want to give up names, so I had to turn myself in. I spent like 2 weeks in jail. Came home. I was fucking like hopping around couch to couch, like friend to friend, in the same outfit for like a couple of weeks. It was bad, bro. And then finally my mom felt bad enough to let me stay with her, and I had to raise the money to get a new camera. And that was hard. As a man, you're like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
I'm like asking for help, and
But it's the tool,
I'm like
bro.
begging for money, you know what I'm saying, on the
But
internet.
dude, it's for a fucking camera.
Yeah, but like, so I had quote unquote friends
Yeah.
who told me straight up I could never do that. As a man, I would never do that.
Yeah.
So
Nah, fuck that, bro.
yeah, that's why I said quote unquote, because it was crazy, because they were talking shit. They were watching people donate.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they were
that's
like,
how you weed people out, bro.
they were like, yo, I can't believe all these people are giving you this money.
Yeah.
Mind you, they didn't give me shit. They were just watching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then I got
People
the
will
money.
judge you, bro, but it's like, bro, you're trying to get money to get your tool back.
Yeah, and look at where I am now because I did that. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
So I got the money within a week, which surprised the shit out of me. So then I had a moment where I was like, I didn't have shit. I lost everything. I didn't have clothes. I didn't have, like, I was bummy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I could use this money for so much shit right now. So it's like, if I'm gonna buy a camera with this shit, I'm gonna give it my all. Like, it's go big or go home.
Damn,
So
this is like get rich or die trying type shit.
Yeah, bro.
We just go draw back to G Unit, bro.
I was like, and also I'm like, man, like, I made this whole big scene on the internet about buying a new camera, and then if I don't buy this camera, it's gonna make me look crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are gonna be like, yo, what happened to my money, bro? Like, what'd you do with it?
Yeah.
So I got the camera, right, and then this is why I say, like, I was meant to do this shit, right?
Yeah.
Because then this app came out. It was called Clubhouse.
Yeah.
That shit came out, and I don't know if you remember, but in the beginning,
It was awesome.
It was invite only.
Yeah.
So I buy the new camera, and I still didn't know shit because I wasn't really shooting before anyway.
Yeah.
And then boom, this app just happens to come out, right? And mind you, nobody's outside because of the pandemic. Everybody's inside.
Yeah.
So I met all these professional, high-level fucking photographers and models, and I got cool with them, and I spent hours on this app with these people, talking to them,
Yeah.
and just soaking up knowledge,
Word.
like hours, bro. Like, I remember when I first found that app, we had a room open for 14 days straight.
Yeah.
Like, we were just in and out of that room, the same room, and
Yeah.
we were just like, bro, spending all day on that shit, just
That's good,
talking, bro. And those were the people that motivated me to start traveling.
Really?
And the first two places I went to was LA and Miami.
Huh.
The first two times I went, I paid for them. And then I went back a bunch of times, and I went for free because of those first two times. Because I networked my ass off.
Yeah.
And especially Miami, I go there for free all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, those people, like, there won't ever be another situation where I'll have that access to all that knowledge ever again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, like, Peter Hurley and, like, those types of
Wait,
people.
you were talking to Peter Hurley on this
All
shit?
on a regular basis,
Wow.
bro. Like, those type of people, bro.
Wow.
Like,
That's crazy.
high-level photographers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Shot by Sham. Like, if you look up Shot by Sham, he's another one. There's a few other people, bro. Like,
Huh.
they just put all their knowledge into my head, and I was just soaking it up.
Dude, that's great, bro.
And
oh
that's
my God.
that's
beautiful. Bro. That's a beautiful story.
That's really what why people are so blown away when I'm like, yeah, I've only been doing this shit for 2.5 years, and it's because I skipped a whole bunch of years of error because I had the privilege of talking to all those amazing people, bro.
Yeah.
And
that's what's crazy is you say you've only been practicing since fucking 2020.
yeah,
That's
and
insane.
I still talk to them to this day. We're still in a group chat.
Yeah, word,
Like,
bro.
and like that app Clubhouse changed my life, bro.
Wow.
Completely changed my life.
Clubhouse, huh? That's
Now,
crazy.
now the app is shit.
I did talk to Just Blaze over fucking Clubhouse. Yeah, Clubhouse is great. These intermediaries now, to be able to speak to the world is crazy, bro.
Now the app is shit because it's open to the public. But when I was on it, it was only iPhone and only invite.
Yeah,
Like there was no other way in.
yeah.
And I got invited on a whim. Like somebody just invited me on some like fucking shit, and I took it way more serious than that person. And that shit changed my life, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's
it changed my life, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
They had so much knowledge, like that. Like it was at a point where like we started talking about charging people to be in the room because it was like,
Probably should.
I mean, it never happened, but
That's good though, bro. But like, think about it. Like, well,
that shit really
it's like a master class.
it set me up for
Yeah.
it set me up for success, bro. And then, you know, I just practice, which means free shoots. You know, a lot of people who start out photography ask me how I got so good, and I say practice, but that means I was shooting for free a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to do that, but
Well, your portfolio is sick, bro. Even back in the day, you were working with light like fucking like wonderfully.
thank you, bro.
Yeah. Me too. It's only gotten better too. I've noticed, man. You're fucking.
But that's how, bro,
I
because
know.
I still shoot for free sometimes.
Mm.
Like, and I don't think I'll ever stop just because I love shooting that much.
Yeah.
That I would rather shoot than not shoot.
Yeah.
Even if I have to. Bro, not only have I shot for free, I've had to pay to shoot.
Yeah.
I've had to pay models. I've had to pay for studio time,
Yeah.
for lights.
Yeah.
That shit didn't start paying off right away. You
Nah,
know?
but you gotta gamble on yourself, bro. That's your school and shit.
But-
like, think about all the people that have to sit there. Well, you got your school via Clubhouse. Think about that. Like, you had like these are your lecturers.
Yeah.
And like you could just dial yourself in. People are going to school and you're like, I went to film school. Film school was not necessarily like. I actually learned the most when I was in the van. Dead ass. I would watch 3 films a day. That's how I like got all my imagery. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
a visual artist at all. I was just like a guy with a camera. But I learned the frames of filmmaking, how you
Yeah.
can communicate a story via that shit.
Yeah.
But you learn the most by like the that shit. But the other shit, bro, is like it's just networking and very, very basic shit that you can teach yourself.
Networking is big.
Sometimes it's bigger than even the fucking art, bro. It's
Yeah,
fucked
bro.
up.
Because
a little
some-
fucked up in that thing.
No, it's super fucked up because I know people who are in way better positions than me and they can't fuck with my work at all.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because of who they know.
Yeah.
But that's how I know that, you know, once the right pair of eyes sees my shit, it's over.
Yeah.
Like I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. But you know, cause you know, I'm doing good, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
So
I'm the same, man. I feel like I finally, after the couple years, bro, I feel like right now, after like all this time of struggling, I finally found like a style or like a voice.
Right.
It's like this is kind of what my thing ends up being. I just never end up doing a lot of studio time. It's the one thing I hate most about filming. That's actually why I'm studying painting right now. It's just because like I love taking photographs, and I'm like, all right, cool. But it's like I keep like repeating, not necessarily repeating, but it's like I feel like my shit is different subjects, different places, different ways of viewing.
Yeah.
But I have like my eyes already gravitating towards this shit. I started studying painting because like. And filmmaking too. Filmmaking's so fucking hard, bro. My last film was like a year and a half ago, and it wasn't even anything crazy. It was like just fucking, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot, I bet.
But yeah, it's just the logistics and knowing people and like trying to raise money and all this. It's like barrier here, barrier here, barrier here, barrier here, barrier here. Even with photography, studio session is like I hate the logistics of like, all right, you're gonna be here, all right, you want like you know what I mean? I like it, it's whatever, but like
a lot of stuff can go wrong.
That's why I end up going on the street, bro. It's like just like I found all my voice on the street.
Street is dope.
Yeah, but it's strange. It's like. It's finding where your eye is going, and it's like, and when I end up looking at the subjects, and like, I feel like I fall in love with the things, like not necessarily, but like in a metaphorical sense, but I fall in love with the subject, and like now I'm like going towards painting because it's like I don't want to be like I don't want to stop, you know what I mean? I don't want to have this like barrier, even if it's like I could be like. Fucking have nothing and I can still make something. You know what I mean? It's like that too, bro. It's like, like it's so hard to make a film, bro.
For real. That's why my last post is just like a white background because I'm like, because so a lot of people talk shit about my work. Some people say, oh, like it's only good because. He's in a set. He's on a set, so the set makes it look dope. So I'm like, all right, bet.
Fuck those, dude. Who is following?
So
you,
I'm like, all right, bet. No set. Here's no set. Just a straight white background, and this is still shitting on all your work.
Damn, bro.
But like, I don't like to say that I have a style, and I don't like when people tell me that because
like you have a certain style.
Because I feel like it puts me in a box.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Not necessarily with photography. I just feel like I end up producing the same, like not necessarily the same image. I know my shit is like good and I enjoy my shit. I enjoy my shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like I want to like you gotta open it up. You have to like dive into the deep end a little bit in order to fucking get anything like new. You know what I mean? Right now I've just been doing these noise paintings, bro. They're like it's just like how the camera sees the sensor, like you know what I mean, like shit. Trying to figure out how to do something more because I don't want it to be stuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Painting is dope.
Yeah,
painting is cool. I've always wanted to try it, but
it's honestly, bro, I'm in the same boat. I'm not good. I'm really not good. I'm not a good like fucking. I'm a novice at it, bro. But you gotta. Nah, serious, but you gotta take those chances too, bro. It's like, if you don't do... Rick Rubin's got a really good quote. This guy, he said, the thing for this thing was, do the work and the work will do the rest.
True. That's real shit.
Yeah,
that is
bro.
Real shit, because, like, sometimes I don't put out work for a long time and I still get booked.
Yeah, bro. Well, the thing is, your work is speaking for itself at that point, bro. Because you did the work, bro. You know what I mean? You spent the time. You spent days in the fucking in the clubhouse.
Yeah,
in the clubhouse.
And I spent the money with the fucking renting out studios and all this bunch of shit.
But it's because you're able to take the risk on yourself that the shit, like, it pays. It's weird.
I don't give a fuck about spending money towards my career. Like, a lot of people are like super cheap, and like I'm not like that. When it comes to that, take it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know it's gonna come back.
You're betting on yourself at that point. You know what I mean? It's
but I don't want to say bet, because bet is more like a gamble. It's like investment. You know what I'm saying? Because
Because even if you're wrong, bro, it's still like lessons. Like, you know what I mean? Like I bet on myself with the cannabis shit, with the cannabis farm, and I was like, okay, and I was a good grower, but it was like, like I actually took an L the first year. Like I didn't make any money. I actually lost money on the whole run, and fucking dude, I just learned from it, and it's gotten to like, but then it was like little instances in life, bro. Like life ends up guiding us in these situations to be in positions that we're in.
Yeah, bro.
It's a wild trip. You were telling me about how you were playing basketball with your son in the same school where
I had that fight
Yeah.
on the same playground, the same court, the same basketball court.
Yeah.
Where I had that fight where I got expelled. And I'm playing with my 8-year-old son, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing that's crazy too is like a few days ago, I was at my doctor for like a heart exam because I've been having some like weird heart shit going on, and and from his office I could see the school.
Oh,
it was right
shit.
behind it. So that's another mind fuck I had. I was like, bro, I remember playing in that shit as a kid, and now here I am in this doctor's office, terrified of fucking news I'm about to hear. Because I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad.
Yeah.
Thank God it was good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, I'm over here like with potential heart problems as a 30-year-old man, and right over there is where I used to play as a kid. It was just so weird. Like, I'm like, damn. So that's really the reason why I went back to that playground, was because of that. So then I took my son over there, and it was just like, it was so surreal being there. I felt like I was dreaming. Cause like it looked exactly the same as I remember.
It's crazy. Did you get any like white flashes and shit? I had some shit too. I get some shit all the time, man. Like, cause after the whole thing, like, you know, growing cannabis and everything, man. That's weird, cause I saw you when I came back, and when I came back, it was like, I just come back, I think like a month before I saw you, and I was just hanging out with Cheney and Danny. Shout out to Ripe Studio. Shout out to Chains Cold Bands and Dope Provision.
Shout out Ripe Studio. I love them.
Yeah, I love you guys too. I miss you guys. Sorry I haven't been over there.
Yo, Ripe Studio was my first studio shoot.
Yeah, opening fucking mad doors, bro. It's good, bro. Fucking saved my ass too, bro. When I came back, it was like I ended up in my childhood home. And fucking, you know, while I was growing weed, bro, my grandfather died, and I take his name. I used to be under a different last name. My last name's really Oliver.
Matthew Oliver.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, fucking, but when I was out there, like when I became a filmmaker, well, my dad is kind of a deadbeat, like, you know what I mean? And it was like, I didn't want to really honor him with it because he didn't really do anything, you know what I mean? And my grandfather sacrificed everything to come to America and bring the family and fucking build shit up, and you know, he gave my dad everything. My dad just kind of dropped the ball, so I ended up having to do, like, you know, a bunch of fucking random shit. I've been in the hood for like a long time, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was in South LA, and then fucking I was in the woods, which is like the hood of fucking whatever, and then, like, you know what I mean, like you know what I mean? It's like fucking, it's not the best place. Nobody like really chooses to go to the woods. There's like always a reason.
Yeah.
So fucking, I was back, bro, and I was back in my childhood home after 8-9 years of being like on the West Coast, and fucking, you know, that was one of the first like few like events that I had been to. I mean, I'd like booked to like, you know, be a filmmaker. You know what I mean? Because it was weird. After all the time that I spent in the woods, I spent like 5 years in the woods. And, like, you know, you can't really film. We did projects, you know what I mean? There would be, like, one film a year, or we do, like, this. But it's, like, there's no subjects out there. It's just trees. You know what I mean? There's nothing, like, when I got to the city, I was, like, and it was, like, after the whole murder situation. So it's, like, I felt like my time that I had after it, because the murder could have went one or two ways, bro. You know what I mean? And I felt like my time, like, how you didn't get the kid, like, you didn't stab the kid, so you didn't have to spend like the 7 years, right?
Yeah.
I felt that every moment. I still feel like, because it hasn't even been 7 years since the murder thing, I feel like every moment outside of that shit, bro, is like a moment that was given to me. You know what I mean? So when that's why I love photography, and that's why I take my pieces, like, I take them so serious, because it's like this moment would not exist. The moments that I have my family, my grandmother, you know what I mean? Like, you know, your life would be a completely different way. But, you know, now it's strange. You know what I mean? I met you like a month after that shit, bro, and I was working with Ripe on an event. I think it was like something at Z. No, it wasn't even Z's. It was a Trill Night. Shout out to Euro.
It was Trill Night. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, fucking.
Shout out to Euro, man.
Yeah, private flight Euro. Shout out to Bleak too. I saw Bleak earlier today.
Word.
I see Bleak on random places there in the fucking day.
Shout out Bleak.
Fucking, but yeah, bro. I saw you, man, and I was like trying to piece it together, and it was weird And I was like, but I remember, like I said, I remember the baby blue fucking G Unit shoes, and I remember Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah, those shoes are legendary.
It's yeah, they were fucking legendary, bro. I was like, yo, this is fucking
everybody was buying those shoes, bro.
sick.
Those shoes were $80 at that time. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was like $40, bro. That was a lot of money too.
For
The fuck is going on with the economy, bro?
For a fucking game. Now games are like $70, bro.
Yeah, bro. Fuck that shit. Anyway, fucking yeah, man. Like, it's just like all those moments, man. The moments like, after the murder was all just like shit that's given to you. Moments like the reason that didn't go down that way is like a moment given to you. The fucking the GoFundMe for the shit, you know what I mean? And like having the situation happen and having to really dial in instead of having like people can have a camera just sitting around, bro. They don't fuck around. I have my fucking, it's just like
it just collects dust.
It can, yeah, but it's like I put like I'd focused on becoming a filmmaker, but after going to the murder thing and after like dealing through all this shit, bro, it was like I was like, I don't have a lot of time, I don't have time to really waste too. It's like like I have to like do this,
Yeah, bro.
This is
Life
what
is
it
short.
is. Life is short. Life is beautiful, bro. You make it a little bit more beautiful each day.
And it's crazy because there was a lot of situations like, leading up to me being a photographer that could have went left.
Yeah.
That could have, that I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. So
Right.
that's why I always say I was born to do this shit. Even though it happened late, it happened at the right time though.
Alright. Damn.
'Cause
Where can we find you on social media, bro?
Stills by Christian on Instagram. That's my only page right now, but I'm working on a website and shit.
Alright, where?
So once I get the website, I'll put it in my bio. But Stills by Christian on Instagram right now.
Stills
me
by
out.
Christian.
Yeah. I didn't want to be shot by Christian. Everybody's a shot by, or
Is it shot by?
everybody's a shot by, or so and so shot it,
Yeah.
or something like that. I want to be stills, still frames.
Where? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, stay beautiful. It was a beautiful conversation.
Yes, sir.